I'm gonna minimize that.
And talk to the fans for a second, baby.
Okay. Let's see. Today, I guess today we're gonna chime in a little bit back on the topic from last week when I said I wanted to do like a little more research into Mississippi and the background of slavery and the role it played in the state of Mississippi when it pertains to the government, when it pertains to the jail system, as well as the regular governing frame of Mississippi itself. Oof. No dairy. No dairy. You got mucus issues going on. You need to cut that dairy out completely. You need to cut starch. Cut starches out as well. And sweets. If you got mucus problems. Dairy, starch, and sweets you need to cut out. If you ever having issues with sinuses and mucus, it's not a good thing at all. Those tend to cause a buildup of mucus. And as long as you continue to eat those things, the mucus levels will continue to build up within the body. So cut the dairy, cut the starch, and cut your sweets out. So what I am speaking on, I'm speaking on the context of the continuing concept of slavery, especially in the state of Mississippi itself. I know that for the state of Mississippi, there has been an underlying tone of where they continued slavery even after the emancipation of slaves within that state. They were legally able to continue to do so due to the fact that, like I stated last live feed, they did not properly file their paperwork to have slavery abolished within that state. So they were able to continue on the acts of slavery outside of the laws of slavery being abolished, as well as they were able to continue the concept and acts of slavery through the Peonage Act, which technically was supposed to pertain to Mexicans, as they like to say. However, that act was imposed upon Black people as well. But, you know, I'll let my king get into that topic about the Peonage Act in Mexico and how that was tied into us and how that all correlates together.
You want me to talk about that?
Yeah, I was saying that
okay.
Within the state of Mississippi itself.
Hey, Congolese, what's good? Peace, love, and Black power.
I was saying that for within the state of Mississippi, I was just going on the dialogue of picking back up from last week and how the state itself was able to continue the concepts of slavery,
okay,
and which formats they were able to continue the slavery act,
okay,
even though it was the emancipation of slavery happened due to them not following the proper paperwork, they were able to continue it on.
Okay.
So I was just, I just brought up,
Thank you, Real. Appreciate that.
Thank you. I brought up the Peonage Act.
Okay, the Peonage Act, that actually, what they systematically put that out there. And yo, more Abba, yo, peace, love, and Black power, the more Abba, he in the building, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
This is when it was passed on March 2nd, 1867, the Peonage Act.
Okay.
So I just, I know you like
okay. Well, they say that it was passed on, you know what I'm saying, March the 8th. Hold up, what is the alien sound?
Alien sound.
We sound kind of like aliens.
I sound weird. Oh wait, what's going on now? Is someone tapping in? I would like to know, because from our end, we are not aliens. Well, yeah, I'm not an alien. To the concept of what I know, I'm not an alien. So if I sound like one, please. Oh, you heard the sound. That was probably our baby.
Oh yeah, that's
the sound that you heard. That's probably our baby. Yeah.
But what they're talking about on March the 2nd, 1867.
It's a bing sound.
It's a bing sound. Wow. You still hear it right now? Let us know if you still hear it.
No, not a baby. Okay. Huh. I wonder what that is.
It wasn't a baby? You think you might? Do you guys still hear it?
She said, I swear the CIA is watching y'all.
Hey, man, we ain't that.
Hey,
we not that important. We're not that
It was a
important to the
weird
CIA.
sound. Well, I'm going to let you know now. The things that I do on a daily basis, it doesn't justify my lines being tapped because I'm not in depth like that. I don't have my own movement or company, so I wouldn't see why they would want to tap me.
But the Peonage Act actually came in when they was talking about March the 2nd, 1867. They kind of take that out of context because if we look back in the past in history, before Mexico actually won its independence, the Pigeony Act, the Pigeony Act was actually formed, and it was like a system for them enslaving the Mexicans. Now, with that being said, after Mexico won its emancipation, Black Americans won their emancipation, got their emancipation. That's when the Pigeony Act actually went on to a full scale without the North knowing about it. Now, when the North found out about it, I think it took Teddy Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Roosevelt actually came in.
The science sound.
Oh, wow. So, hey, you might never know. They probably listening. But, hey, we ain't talking about shit that they don't know about. It's nothing but information that's out there right now. Anybody can Google it. But to be honest with you now, it took Teddy Roosevelt for him to come out there and actually get the people in the South, to respect the gangster and not place black free people into slavery, because what they did was they found a way to enslave black people without enslaving black people, if you get my drift. So basically, they would say that you was breaking the law even though you wasn't breaking the law. They made it hard for any black person to walk and live in the South. You get what I'm saying, yo?
Yeah.
Now, yeah, brother.
Yeah, he said
he heard it. He said he heard it. And it wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, the way how they had everything set up. They made it hard for a black person to breathe in the South. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cue off and we're gonna come right back. Okay, we're gonna cue right off and we're gonna come right back. So just stay tuned. We're gonna cue right off and come right back.
That's weird. Like, okay. Hopefully that's better.
Sorry, fams, but we gotta do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying, yo? We got some fams on the Instagram, we got the fams on the Facebook, and everybody else that tune in just as much. You know what I'm saying, as you guys tune in. So
Gotta make sure everybody can hear.
yeah, all day, 24/7. Okay, the fam's back in the building. Okay.
All right, now we here.
We back in the building. Peace, love, and black power to all the fams out there.
Okay, so just to recap, we were touching in on the Peonage Act and how that correlated to black people here in the States. So
okay, so it took Teddy Roosevelt for him to come through and find out. He found out through another court official that some shit was going on in the South with black people. Hey, peace, Donnell. What's good? And what he did was he went out, he issued some people to come out to the South and check some shit out, rednecks, to make sure that they wasn't, breaking any laws.
Right.
enslaving black people when they knew that black people were not supposed to be enslaved.
Right.
So when it all boils down to the nitty gritty, to be honest with you, they broke laws like a motherfucker. I think it was like what 800,000 black people that was enslaved in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hey, peace. Yeah, thank you. I
Definitely.
appreciate that, Kimbella. You know what I'm saying, yo? Appreciate that. More Oba is back in the building. You know what I'm saying, yo? So it was like 800,000 people that was still that was captured in it. And then later on, if it wasn't for Teddy Roosevelt, now mind you, now even though DC and all the other Union motherfuckers knew what was going on in the South, a lot of them presidents didn't come to the aid of black people back then. It took for Theodore Roosevelt, for him to come through and to drop a hammer like Thor on these motherfucking crackers and rednecks and say, yo, y'all ain't gonna do it like that. Y'all ain't gonna be breaking the law like that. You know what I mean? But is there something that you want to add in?
Just what you're saying about the laws in the South. I think what I did find out is that Mississippi was the only state, if I'm not mistaken, that had laws to protect slaves, which is quite interesting, seeing as how the state did not abolish slavery. That is quite hilarious. There's also a famous case where a slave master was tried in court and convicted for beating his slave wrongfully and was put in jail for it. Now, I actually took notes on it, but I tried something different this time with my note taking. I tried to save it to my Google Drive. Let's just say all my information is gone. Actually, I haven't looked in one place, but
Does this
have to do with the Christian black codes?
No.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. So
yeah, no. This is
what I'm speaking on, what he's speaking on, and what I'm speaking on. That's completely outside of that. The laws that Mississippi had in place to protect the slaves was their it was their own form of protection, I guess you could say, against themselves, if I'm not mistaken.
So with that being said, Mississippi was was pretty much the main hub that had the most slaves back then around that particular point in time. Okay, so with that being said, now we're looking back with Mississippi, if Mississippi being the only state that had the largest amount of that had the largest amount of slaves, that had the largest gross export at that particular point in time, they had to install certain particular laws that other colonies at that particular time did not have. Please check that out. Every state has it. Okay, no problem. We'll check it out. Yeah, no problem. No beef with that. So what we're talking about is at that particular point in time, they had to come up with a law to protect all the slave masters that did not care about, basically brutalizing slaves and mistreating slaves.
Right. There was protection against that.
Yeah, because it costs more money to keep importing black people as slaves than it did yielding crops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A person that was unscarred, that was young, juvenile like me, you, the brothers and the sisters out there, we was worth every bit of $600. The price, you feel what I'm saying, depending on what they're looking for, mandingos and the you know what I'm saying, like the Amazon princess, the Amazon queen, the price went up based on your looks, your strength, your character and the whole nine. But I don't mean
No. You're good.
Impede.
Go ahead. Go.
So with that being said, that's just the only thing we're trying to bring, shed light to. And another question is, if Mexico really had nothing but Mexicans that you see right now, why did Mexico have a war to win its independence? Why was Mexico enslaved just as much as we was enslaved, unless black people were already in Mexico's too?
Right.
That's another question. And why is it that scientists say that 3 out of 5 Mexicans can tie their bloodlines back to a black lineage?
I mean,
But go ahead.
okay,
Go ahead.
so I was able to find the information. So it began in 1822 in the state of Mississippi, where slaves were protected by law from cruel and unusual punishment by their owners, which is quite hilarious, seeing as how that is the same phrase that is used for police officers to this day. Yeah. Okay, so it was called the Southern Slave Codes, which made the willful killing of a slave illegal. Okay, and the famous court case is Southern Slavery. Well, it was noted in a book, Southern Slavery and the Law, 1619 to 1860, and that's up under the University of North Carolina. Since I don't like to put my sources out there. Okay.
Punchline.
Message. Okay. So the case itself was 1860 Mississippi case of Oliver versus State, where the state charged the defendant with murdering his own slave, which is what I was telling you. So like my king was saying, these laws were put in place to protect collateral. Okay. Now, like I said, the funny thing about it, the same phrase that is used, slaves in Mississippi were protected by law from cruel and unusual punishment by their owners. And like I said, that is the same phrase that is in most states used by law enforcement when it pertains to them making up laws, as well as their code of ethics. We are here to serve and protect, as well as we're here to keep those from cruel and unusual punishment. And that is the same phrase that is used within the Child Protective Services Department. Isn't that quite ironic?
Don't you
that
think?
All of these departments, divisions are used to help serve and protect, but these departments are actually set up to reenact and reinforce the main agenda of enslavement. No one really thinks about it that way.
So what about this though? How is it that they could come up with those laws right there, but no other state had to actually abide by those laws? Most people don't, because you're going to have some people that are skeptics and say, well, we seen this happen and people being lynched. So why was people still being lynched even though this law was passed?
That was the state of Mississippi.
No.
At that time, each state was considered like its own country.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you brought that up too, because you can look up Christian Black codes real quick. Yeah, no problem. Christian Black codes, no problem. With that being said, we're looking it up right now, Danielle. Yeah, Danielle, we're looking it up right now. And it makes people, because you got some people that's out there that say that, oh yeah, okay, Christian Black codes of 1724 were inhabited during the Reconstruction after the Civil War to control blacks after they were emancipated, passed by the southern states. Instead of giving blacks the same rights as white people, the codes limited the black freedoms. Oh yeah, we might want to talk about that. Yeah, it might. You know what? It does go hand in hand with the Pigeony Act, with what he's talking about. Hey, thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Danielle. You know what I'm saying, yo? Danielle 30. You know what I'm saying, yo? Peace, love, black power, my brother. Thank you for that.
Okay, let me zoom in on my screen real quick.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, we the queen looking that up real fast. You know what I'm saying, on the Christian Black Code 1724. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's never been changed. Oh wow. Okay. You know what though? Because there's nothing new under the sun. Only what has been forgotten. You know what I'm saying? So to most people, it sounds like it's something new, but truly, indeed, it's really not nothing new. It's something that's already been put in place. What you found, Queen?
Okay, it says they included that blacks had to be in service of a white person, that they could not have congregations together, they could not speak out, and they could not have weapons.
That's damn near in the Pigeony. Yeah, that's damn near in the Pigeony Act.
Wow.
Hey, Danielle,
That's a good
thank
one.
you.
Thank
You, Danielle. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Because it goes hand in hand with
It
the Pigeony Act.
does. Okay.
Very well. But go ahead.
It says they also included that blacks could not go out without a white supervisor. Thus, blacks had to take on religious and holidays and gods of their white supervisors. These superiors, sorry. These same black codes were said to have been made null and void with the ratification of the 13th Amendment in 1865, although many southern states adopted black codes to keep former slaves from voting and imposed other restrictions. The 14th and 15th Amendment were to supposedly had eliminated these codes, but as you read them down below and study the law of the land in conjunction with religion and politics, you'll discover these codes have been modernized in disguise and are still in effect.
Wow, you right. You right about that one. Peace, love, and black power to you, my brother. Yo, you just dropped another jewel on us.
Yeah, damn right.
You know what I'm saying? It's very good. It's very good to see people in here that's enlightened.
Right.
Yo, that comes in hand with the daggone Pigeony Act. So as soon as the Teddy Roosevelt dropped the Pigeony, got them to drop the Pigeony Act. You know what I'm saying? Yo, they found another loophole that already existed previously before the Pigeony Act. And they found that yo, that's fucked up. It goes to show you how fucked up this white man is and this white woman is. And yo, Congolese, I see how you be banging on them every day. Peace, love, and black power. Hey, check this out. It's an all-day job. You can't clock in and clock out. When you wake up, it's black power. When you go to sleep, it's black power. I appreciate that.
Okay, I want a list of what these codes are. I know.
You want a list of the codes?
I want a list of them. Yes, I want to know exactly what they are.
We might have to dig up on it. Oh, shit.
Decrees the expulsion of the Jews from the colony. Make it imperative on masters to impart religious instructions to their slaves. Permits to exercise the Roman Catholic's creed only. Every other mode of worship. Negroes placed under direction or supervision of any other person than a Catholic is liable to confiscation. Sunday and holy day. They call it holy days, which is holidays.
Yeah, because it's holidays now because it wasn't holy. Ain't nothing holy about holy days is different from holidays. But go ahead.
Okay, so Sundays and holy days are to be strictly observed. All Negroes found at work on these days are to be confiscated.
Wow.
That's a whole lot of Christians.
Yo, Danielle,
look,
30.
That's a whole lot of Christians.
Danielle 30, yo, appreciate that. Because you just dropped some jewels. You just dropped some jewels for the research. That is a lot of codes.
What the world?
Yo, that is a lot of Negro codes. Hey, if the family can go out there and check this out. The article is.
I'm gonna put up the website.
Yeah, please do.
I'm gonna put up this website because this is like.
It's crazy.
Let's see. Wait. Let me go back real quick.
You trying to put the link?
I want to, yeah.
That's a lot for you to put that
I know.
But go ahead and just show them the black code and you know what I mean?
Okay, so let's see.
Just put this link right there. Can you turn it around?
Yeah.
Turn it around and
let's see if we can flip the screen around. Okay, so here's my screen. Let's see if I can
zoom in.
Get right now. Get right. It's not getting right. It don't want to do right. Okay, there
we go.
Now, if you go into Google and search, I'm gonna need you to just search what is black codes, and then you're gonna come down to right here. This is the website that I'm on right here. And it lists all the articles up under the black codes. This one right here, the first one right here. You'll know it's right if you see this right here. And then it'll list the articles as we were reading them.
Ace Walk in the building, 59. Yo, what's good? What's good, fams? Peace, love, and black power.
Let's go all the way down and see how many articles is up under the black codes.
Wow. 34, 40, 50. Wow. 54. 54 articles.
In the name of the king. Do you see that?
In the name of the king.
1724.
They look like some French motherfuckers too, don't they?
Yeah. That it does.
That's why I consider myself
A Hebrew Jew. Okay.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Let's see. We forbid our white subjects of both sexes to marry with blacks under penalty of being fined.
Hold on though. But Rail and everybody else, I'm glad that they went up and looked up Plecker, Walter Plecker. Yeah. Because Walter Plecker put it out there. If your mother was a full-blooded native indigenous person to the Americas, and she made it with a West African or an African, you were no longer indigenous or Native American.
Right.
But if your daddy was mated, was a full blood, and he made it with a West African woman, then you were not native. So it was illegal for them to even mate with black people at all, period. But then they mixed us in. If you get a chance, it's just looking up the information on the lies that were told, the deception and the lies that were told on slavery. Man, it will blow your fucking mind. So what Europeans did was denationalized us, called us blacks, because if you check the law book, white people cannot be Caucasian. It's called free white persons. Yes, you are right. You are right. You are so totally right.
That's right.
Wow. Plecker was when route to enslave us after slavery. Yo, Plecker that little motherfucker is a nasty ass old white cat, man. You'd be surprised at how they showed how the us as black people are being scammed by Ancestry.com. We're being scammed like a motherfucker. There's a lot of black people out there that are going to Ancestry.com, the DNA clinics, trying to find out where are we from in Africa. And it's not to take away anything from Africa. Never to take away anything from Africa, because we Africa all day, all night, 24/7, right? But there are some of us that can actually tie the bloodline back to Africa, and some people here in the Americas that can't.
Yeah.
And that's facts. But the reason why they do that is to make sure that the black people that cannot tie their bloodlines back to Africa cannot get back their land, which is America.
Right.
Okay? The indigenous people that were already here can't get back their land. And this is where I was bumping heads with a few cats that swore up and down that Native Americans had to be light-skinned with silky hair and shit. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm Jamaican. We've been indigenous to fucking the Americas for the longest.
Right.
I mean, there's certain people in Jamaica that were slaves, but there are certain people that are not. My people were not slaves, and it's not to take nothing away from that. But I'm trying to show these people that doubt that black people were here before slavery that we were here before slavery. You can't deny that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because certain people want to be illiterate and think that we only came through during the slave trade and we came through the Atlantic and we was already here. Most of us was already here. It's cheaper to keep them. Okay? It's cheaper to keep them. If you see 2 million people, black people roaming around in the Americas right now, don't you think it would be cheaper to enslave them than to sit here and build boats and send boats with food and all type of shit back to Africa or in Europe, and then to bring them back from that area through the Atlantic back into the Americas, and people be starving to fucking death? Yep. Hey man, I'm not taking away the fact that they were African ancestors that were imported through the slave trade, not in the large numbers that they're talking about. They trying to make it look, they trying to wipe us off the Americas to make it look like we were never here. Right. We were here. The question is, how can you look at the natives that were here in America, the West Indies, and look at Africa and right. how we all had the same headdress, the same dress code?
Right.
Obviously, we had to be fucking Africans. We had to be black.
Yeah.
But we were just indigenous to this whole entire land before the white man got here and the damn Mongoloids, which are the daggone Indians. But go ahead. What you see?
No, I was reading here. Let's see.
Need more black couples like this.
This is what I love. Black love, black knowledge, black power. Thank you.
Appreciate it, King Blackavelli. Yo, appreciate it.
Let's see. Congolese said, so even when they got free and tried to practice their native traditions, they had to follow the religions of their yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And that's even outside of reading up, finding this out about the black codes. That is even within the form of slavery, they were forced to practice the religion of Christianity. That was forced upon them. They were forced to strip. What?
I'm listening.
Oh, they were forced to strip away their own native traditions that they practiced within themselves. They were forced to strip their native tongue. So there was a video that my king put me on where it was do you mind if I speak on it?
Go ahead.
Okay, it was a black woman and she was born 1916, and she said she was born into slavery. So she was born a slave. She said that there were people here before that were just regular black Americans, and then there were Africans that were brought here, and we both spoke separate languages. They couldn't understand us, and we couldn't. Even within the context of us being born here naturally, we were stripped away from everything that we to be our own culture and forced into whatever the slave owner wanted us to practice and to do.
Now, that's not taken away from the fact that we are not natives back to the land. But once you are far from the land for so long, you end up developing, you start to create, we're blacks, we're Africans. Yeah. We know how to create, cultivate, renovate, and make things happen. Okay, so we can create different languages and codexes for us to be able to communicate with each other. But it does not mean that we were not still a family branch from the motherland. It's just to show you that there were black people here prior, before the white man brought anybody over on the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, the fucking Chase Manhattan, the Chase Manhattan fucking slave ships, and all that shit. Yeah. That's all we saying. And you know what I'm saying? That's all I was trying to point out.
Yeah.
Because we've been here. They just trying to wipe us off the fucking map to make us look like we were never here. Some blacks didn't know. Some blacks knew it. Yep.
Yeah.
And some blacks remembered the language and understood it, but couldn't speak it. Thank you. Thank you, Congolese. I appreciate that. Because when I tie back the original format of the Jamaican patois, and when I talk like this, and you see what I say, you see what I say, Masa? Yo, wagwan. You see me? Most people don't, you see me? You sabi? Most people don't realize that is some of those words that I'm saying ties all the way back to Guyana.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ties all the way back to Guyana. So I can always tie my roots back to Guyana. You feel what I'm saying, yo? But some people, they try to, especially the white man, mainly the white man, he tried to disassociate the way how we had our hidden codes to hide things from him. What Blackavelli said.
No, what he say?
This is why I try to tell people all the time.
The Bible is nothing but shackles created by the white man. No way that the God represented in the Bible would allow.
Yes, Congolese goddess, West Africa. Yes, Congolese.
Yeah.
Everybody in the West Indies, Jamaica speaks like the patois is the whole language is spun off West Africa, Guyana and West Africa. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
The Maroons.
Yeah.
Which I am a Maroon.
Yeah. But to what King said, yes, I understand and get completely what you're saying. The concept of the Bible and following behind that, you know, you learn, like I said before, once you become open to the truth, it's very easy for you to turn away from it because you realize that it's all a fictitious lie that you've been told and brainwashed into believing. So
it's more of understanding the science.
Yeah.
The science that's inside of it.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of people that go in there could regurgitate the information back.
Right.
But they don't understand the science that's in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good things in there. That's why I can never scrap out it.
Yeah. Because
I can never scrap out the Bible. Yeah. Because it comes from Kemet. Yeah. Some of the information comes from Kemet. But I can't disregard it. The only people I can sit down and have a thank you. Astrology. Thank you, my brother.
Yes.
Astrology, astronomy, and so forth. I can't put out the information out there, but I'm glad you said it. It goes hand in hand with each other. Go ahead, Queen.
But Kendrick was saying that tapping into the slavery, saying that we were given the slave master's last name. That is also correct. That was another form of stripping you of your identity and who you are. It was a way of saying that you are property. You are no longer an individual. You are no longer a tribe. You are no longer a culture, a cultivated people. You are my property. Mm-hmm. Hence the way that you are identified in the jail system. You are given a number and you are listed as a piece of property. Mm-hmm. You were not listed as your name. When they call you, they call you by your last name, which is your slave owner's name. Right?
All right. Yes, you're right.
Then they identify you as your number, which is your slave number. Many don't realize this. Many slaves were branded with their number.
All day. If you ran away, you were branded.
You were either branded on your arm or you had a permanent leash around your neck that had a code on it. And then, as you said, it was branded on your face.
Yep. The runaway R was branded on your face if you try to run away. Yep. So the jail system, like we said on the 13th Amendment, if you read further down, it still says that slavery was never abolished.
Yep.
The only way you can go endorse slavery is if you break a law and you get caught up in the institution.
Yep.
Okay.
You reenact your slavery position.
So if we look back on the multi-million-dollar businesses that closed down shop on the surfaces of America, they reopened back up on the Unicor where they forced the prisoners to work for 2 cents an hour, 5 cents an hour, so they can make their items like license plates. Some of the household items that you have in your house right now was made through the prisons and the jails.
Jeans, underwear.
Jeans, shirts. Underwear. And these are jobs that pay $27 an hour, $17 an hour, but they closed down shop on the surface and reopened back up on the Unicor through the prison system. Go ahead, Queen.
King Blackavelli said, I'm named after my grandfather. Slave name. If I change my name to an African name, is it disrespectful to do so? I would not say so. I wouldn't find that to be disrespectful at all. You can go ahead. Yeah.
My King, it's not disrespectful. Who you are is who you are. And even if you change your name to an African name, you will still be honoring your grandfather, your great-grandfather, your grandfather. You want to know why? Because we all tie back to one land. So you still going to be in his favor. You hold his name, you still going to be in his favor. It doesn't matter which one you do. Because at the end of the day, you're still indigenous. Yeah. Indigenous to the world. Not just America, not just Africa, the world. We were the first ones to inhabit this bad boy. Nobody else was the first ones to inhabit this. We were the first ones to inhabit this. So you doing right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of you for being who you are and knowing who you are and being proud of who you are. Go ahead, Queen.
No, you basically just said what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, Queen.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry.
You're all right. I'm good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, yo. But it kills me because nobody ever asks the questions. Where the fuck are these 36,000 slave ships? Where are these slave ships? Nobody ever seen the slave ships.
Yeah.
Why is it that they could find remains of Akhenaten,
Yep.
remains of King Tut,
Yep.
remains of Sekhmet?
Yeah.
Okay, they could find remains of prehistoric and stuff that goes back 10,000 years ago, 20,000, a million years ago, but nobody ever seen a slave ship that actually ported slaves.
Right.
Nobody bothered to ask questions, where are these ships at? And if they really went through the Atlantic, did they stop 6 months, 5 to 6 months throughout the year because of hurricane season throughout the Atlantic? Or did they really go through the Iceland, Nova Scotia, Canada, come into America and work their way down? That's how you end up getting New Amsterdam, New England, New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey, shit like that. And then when they get down south, they named it after dictators and rulers that ruled Europe, which is Virginia, Carolina, Georgia, King George.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
What the fam saying?
Is stored with all the tools in our jewels and jewels inside Pandora's box, the real Pandora's box.
Well, the real Pandora's box is relating back up to Dionysus go back into Eve and
Okay, got you. I get it now.
It's
I get
Isis.
it now. Okay,
it still ties back to Isis.
Yeah, okay, I get it now.
It still ties back to Aset.
I was lost for a quick second.
No, you good. We'll go ahead.
She said, what if all the slaves in America were indigenous to America? That's what the king has been trying to say, that not all the slaves that were here
fucking love you guys.
Were
third eye. Yo, thank you, fams. Thank you.
That's what the king was saying, that not all the slaves could have come from the so-called slave trade, that if not most, half of the people that were enslaved here were already here. And whatever was brought over was not brought directly through the Atlantic, but taken through different courses on the ocean. Because from what I read up on the Portuguese and them enacting the initial slave trade, they would still slaves from the west coast of Africa and take them up into the Europe area and then take them over into the Nova Scotia area and then transport them over into the Americas. Now, this is what I learned from looking up the Portuguese.
Hold on, can I add on? To add on what the queen is saying right now, if what we're saying ain't true, then why the hell did the Titanic sink in that area? Why wasn't they traveling through the Atlantic? If this wasn't an area that they travel on a normal basis, why did the Titanic sink in the Atlantic? I mean the Nova Scotia area, right?
It was near like the
Nova Scotia, Iceland,
it was in the
Arctic area. Okay, so and then you think about it too, Pirates of the Caribbean at the world's end. Why in the world did they have to travel through that area specifically, endure the cold climate to get to Jack Sparrow? If they dropping science in the movie, but it's only for us to actually educate ourselves and say, oh shit, that is true. So it is true. Y'all motherfuckers wasn't really going through the motherfucking Atlantic. 5 to 6 months throughout the year, it's hurricane season. There's no way in the world, as as boats
Yeah.
that are built off of wood that can endure all that motherfucking daggone hurricane and shit like that. It's no way in the world possible.
Yeah.
If ships right now to this day can't endure it, how the fuck can boats built by wood endure that shit without capsizing and sinking in the ocean? We're talking about 20-foot waves here, 30-foot waves, up and down, roller coaster. Them crackers is some lying ass bastards. Go ahead, hit them.
Congolese is a mess, man. She knows, I don't care about that. She said, I don't care about the Titanic. They were all racist as hell, especially those times.
And I appreciate you, Queen. I appreciate you.
We're not trying to take up for the Titanic.
No, we ain't taking up for the Titanic. We just showing you that them niggas is lying like a motherfucker. They try to say that everything came through the Atlantic, but if it came through the Atlantic, them bitches would never have sunk in the motherfucking daggone Arctic.
Yeah,
hands down. If they went through the Atlantic, they would have never been up there in the damn Nordic area, the Iceland area, the Arctic area and shit.
You're right. You're definitely
How
right.
did Twin Towers fall like that? Think about that. Well, I was there for the Twin Towers. Don't even let me get me started on that. I was there.
Seen documentation.
That wasn't no airplane. That was a demolition.
Showing that was a hologram. Now, I remember being in ISS watching this happen, okay, on the news in high school. I was at ISS, and they had cut on the news for us to watch it. That did not look like a plane crash. It looked like a bombing. Completely. Now, even years later, after watching the documentation, that looking up outside of it, the way that the towers themselves fell, it was like a boom, 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 boom. You could tell like it was obviously an explosion coming off each level in itself. So I would think if a big ass plane hit a building, it wouldn't go in the sequence that it went. I would think if that big ass plane was supposedly strong enough to destroy the indestructible,
because that building was built to
the top part of it would have been chopped off and the rest of it would have been able to just stand up on its own. It would have been the top part tumbling down. This is if I'm thinking on the concept of just think of it, if the tornado came through downtown Atlanta, tornado came through, okay, those winds were over 80 to 120 miles per hour downtown Atlanta, and none of the buildings were knocked down. Granted, there was stuff moved and shifted, glass broken. However, the buildings themselves were not torn down. Now, the Twin Towers were supposed to be the world's most indestructible buildings, correct? Because of the metal that they use, right? So if it is a plane that's coming through, the plane should have acted as if it was a samurai sword chopping the motherfucker in half.
Well,
or that top piece.
That's if it was weak.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
So if anything, the plane should have collapsed upon itself, crashing into the building. And all you see was glass shattering on the ground. And then you see the debris of the plane falling to the ground. But if that was the case.
And not to cut off what you're saying, but if the debris hit a plane and anybody analyzed a plane hitting land, a flat piece of land, debris was spread every bit of 10 to 15 miles, 5 to 10 miles. So how the fuck nobody in New York ever got a piece of that damn plane?
Yeah.
Nobody in New York got a piece of that plane.
Yeah.
So how was there a plane that crashed into the Twin Towers in the first place? And nobody in the state of New York got a piece of that plane. Nobody. I was there. I drove through it. I walked through it. Never seen not 1 ounce of that goddamn plane that so-called quote unquote hit that bad boy. But They want us to believe it came in our land and dominated us. It ain't possible. We are the most genetically advantaged on this planet. Yeah, you're right. Down a plane on, yeah, they playing us, they downplaying us on our fear. You know what I'm saying? America, Danielle, he hitting it up right there. America, Danielle, I'm in agreement with you because that name was already invented before that cracker stole that damn name. That cracker stole that name. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead, Congolese.
Oh, hold on. Let me go to the question. I think, how can they find ancient artifacts but not the ships? Is that the question? Because if that is the question, the reason why they are unable to find the ships is because the amount of ships that they said that were in existence were not there. The ships that they so-called said that they used were wooden ships, okay? Now, if they used those wooden ships over the years that there was slavery, the wood would have completely deteriorated, so there would not be no such thing as an artifact of that ship. Why? Because it was wood. The wood itself would have been completely
termites
degraded because of being in the ocean for so long, and because they did not have the correct technology of how to apply. Okay, look, hold on, where you at? They did not have the correct technology to apply tar to the boat itself until years later with African. Okay, that's why you don't have
African people. You feel what I'm saying? They wasn't smart enough, because you got to remember now, these was the same motherfuckers all of before 1492, 1491, 1490. These bitches thought that the earth was flat. So how could they possibly know about anything else? How can they know about astronomy?
Yeah.
How can they know how to fucking make a ship last?
They can't.
The Vatican has it. The Vatican's like, yo, they have all the artifacts.
They have it. However, when it pertains to those ships, it's very rare that you're going to see the ship age backdating to the original date of when slavery was enacted through the Portuguese. Even after the Portuguese invading and crossbreeding
in Brazil, South America. Yeah, because most people that claim that they are Latino and Hispanics are not Latino and Hispanics. Remember what I just said earlier. 3 out of 5 of these Mexicans and Latinos can tie their bloodline back to a black person. They don't want to admit that, because if they admit that, that means they feel as if they're going into the minority pool.
Yeah.
So they try to disclaim or try not to actually identify themselves as being black. So with that being said, if Spain is the Latins and Portugal, or the Hispanos, and Portugal is the Latins, how in the fuck do you get these people right now to this day still calling themselves Latinos and Hispanics?
In denial.
And not calling themselves by their native names.
Yeah.
They have native names.
Yeah.
Most of them
they
just don't.
Tribes.
Yeah, they got tribes. They just don't know the names of the tribes. But they're calling themselves by another name, another identity that has nothing to do with them. Unless they can show and prove that they got conquistador blood in their system. If they can show and prove that they got conquistador blood in their system, then that's when they become Latinos and the Hispanics, which I have no problem with that. Hey, if that's what they are, that's what they are. You know what I'm saying? But it's the false identity, the false representation. Go ahead, Queen.
Okay. Danielle said Stevie Wonder wrote the song 1492. You daggone right.
You daggone right, Danielle.
Daggone right. He can't even see.
You hear me? Stevie Wonder couldn't see, but he could see. See past more than these fucking zombified motherfucking niggas that's out here right now.
And
excuse my language.
You could. And Ken Morris said, what do you think about the Da Vinci Code? Now that's you.
Da Vinci Code broke down some major information.
I still haven't seen it to this day.
I love the Da Vinci Code just for the mere fact, even though it was by some crackers, But it's just the fact of Tom Hanks playing in that shit, and Tom Hanks actually dropped some knowledge on that shit to make us know what was being misrepresented through history and how to correct it. Okay, most black people never even looked at Da Vinci Code, and if they looked at Da Vinci Code, they would see that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
I fall asleep on it. I can't help it. It's real long and drawn out.
Yo, Da Vinci Code, yo, it killed me because it showed me all the shit that most people, I bust people heads wide open just based on the information I got out that movie. My research, it goes far and beyond. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, it's about us. It's about us and how they plagiarized our shit and murdered people in the name of their God that they plagiarized our spirituality off of. You feel what I'm saying? When we never even put the creator and murder, mayhem, mischief, rape, pedophilia, homosexuality, and all that shit into one and tie it into our God. We never did that. They did that.
Yeah.
We never did that. They did that shit. Go ahead, Queen. What?
You said something that so you definitely advise watching it. Yes.
But watch it with caution and take notes.
Yes.
Watch it with caution, take notes. We are the people that are in here right now are the people with their third eye open. Take notes, discard anything that you can't tie back to Kenya, that you can't tie back to Africa. If it doesn't go back to the Asa and Aset, the Nubian culture and the stories that we heard, disregard it.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Someone asked us a question about the Da Vinci Code, and we were giving the opinion on the information that is within the movie Da Vinci Code itself when it pertains to Black people and our history being stolen and contorted to white people's vision.
Bree J in the building, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bree J, the queen.
Yeah.
That's
why the white man is the devil.
I mean, yeah, well, the white, you know what I'm saying?
I can say this, they're not born that way.
They're devilistic. But
they're not born that way. But they are taught to be that way.
It's in their DNA code. You can't hide.
It is there, but I'm just saying, like, if a white woman had a baby and the baby was taken away at birth, literally from the hospital, and put with a Black family, that baby ain't gonna grow up hating Black people. That baby's not gonna grow up that way.
It's taught.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
taught.
It's not
hate.
Granted, it's in the DNA. However, that's just like with Black people. We are born with our ancestors' DNA, but how many of us grow up and evolve that DNA to where we no longer need a book? We have everything that we need because it's in our DNA. It's very rare. It's not being taught to us because we don't know it. It's not being cultivated.
All right.
So therefore, as Black people, we have to teach ourselves as we get older, because of course our parents, they weren't passed along the information.
What you mean?
The information what we spend right now.
What we spend right now? Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's technically
it's on us.
Yes.
To gather the information and to be able to be the last of the dying breed, to be able to retain the information and pass on the information to the younger generation.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what you're saying.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like with white people, it's in their DNA. However, if it's not taught to them, they're not gonna know it.
All right.
Just like with us Black people.
All right.
All the knowledge of who we are as a people.
Okay.
If we are not taught it, we're not gonna know it, even though it's in our DNA.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. And I'm with you all the way 24/7.
I ain't taking up on them.
The queen says
a lot of white babies were raised by the Black women slave And later on, when they got older, a lot of them would rape them and beat them once they got the master's job. Yes, that is correct. Now, with that, now, even though the mammy, as they are referred to in the slave context, yes, they would raise the white baby. However, that white baby was also being told by its mother and its father how they are supposed to treat a black slave, regardless of if this is the person that is raising you. They were still told to shun the black people. They were still told to shun the black slave children that you play with. They were still told to talk to your mammy this way because she is a what? She is a slave. So it didn't matter back then that they were being raised by the slave mammy. That didn't matter because the mother and father was still there to influence them and show them how they are to treat a slave.
Yep. And then King Blackavelli said, you know what I'm saying? The king said, I thought it was he said, I thought it was human nature after a certain point. This is the way all countries have war since the dawn of time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Eminem wrote the song Degrading Black Woman, and he grew up all them. Okay, we're gonna get to her. But King, yeah, I mean, that's after the white man stepped in. Of course, we had little beefs here and there, but it wasn't the beef the way how the white man had his beef. If we had beef with certain particular people, we didn't take it. We didn't escalate it to the point the way how the white man escalates shit to a point. You know what I'm saying? The people that were not dead, they were raping. This is where the kilt skirts came in. Most of the Europeans that wore kilt skirts were like the Trojan warriors. That had the Spartans that had those type of skirts. They did barbaric shit. They raped the dead. They raped the injured people. You feel what I'm saying, yo? So this goes to show you that this precedes us and it precedes these younger white generation. It's in their blood. No matter how much they want to slick talk you, they go with words. Wordplay is phenomenal. If you're not educated on words, the white man's wordplay will be like smooth, smooth music to your ears. Yeah. Okay, you gotta be able to put that motherfucker in his place. You feel what I'm saying? Let that motherfucker know, like, yo, all respect due, but I mean, on some real shit, nigga, you ain't gonna run that shit on me. Right. I'm smart enough to know better. Everybody racist, but you right, Bree J. You know what I'm saying, Queen Bree J. You right.
Congolese, she said Eminem wrote a degrading song towards black women, and he grew up around them.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not gonna tackle that one. That's you, because that's pertaining to music. But
now, hold on. Let me just go ahead and Congolese, my sister. The reason why he did that was because he was dating a black woman at that time, and I guess that was his first black woman that he ever dated, and he never knew the attitude to what and how to prepare himself for it. I'm not making up excuses for him. I'm just telling you that the white man still don't know how to deal with the sister. Yeah, he want a sister. He want to be with a sister. He want to have sex with the sister, but he don't know how the sister operates. Okay, black men do. We know how to operate with any motherfucking thing, just like you as a queen know how to operate with anybody. You feel what I'm saying? You know how to cultivate, renovate, but he was wrong in stereotyping black females. Just the same way how Will Chamberlain was wrong for stereotyping black females. He had no right to come out of his mouth and sit there and say black women wasn't shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, yo? Because at the end of the day, we were born from black women. That's why the Congolese should marry me. We can be racist together. I'm not gonna entertain that one. I'm gonna walk away from that. I'm not even entertaining.
Okay, that's I mean y'all can have that conversation in the DMs. So I can't chime in on that one right there. So, but what I can do, I can go back up here to Congolise's comment where she said white people are racist at birth. They are for their own. They have the code of conduct built into them before they come out. Okay. Very. What I can say to that, I can't say that that's not true. And I cannot, I'm just going based off of experience. Just experience alone. No one is born racist.
Nope.
That is something that is taught.
Just like nobody's born with a Bible in their hand.
So I cannot agree with that statement. Yes, is that in the DNA? Yes. However, if that child is not taught racism, that child would not enact racist acts or racism in itself unless it is taught to them.
And Queen Bree J says, you know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised at any degrading
in the music these days. That is a way to push negativity on the black
Of course,
people.
because they make millions of dollars by degrading black women in music and degrading themselves and their black brothers in the music. Okay, so you notice this when you listen to pop, rock and roll, are they degrading each other?
Not in the context of hip hop, no.
Okay, so is it in rock and pop they degrading women of the white culture, any culture in their music? Bitches and hoes and sluts and tricks.
That's what I say. It's not in that context, no. But is it in the music itself? Yes, it's just stated and worded a different way.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, in the black culture, it's more predominant.
It's more predominant. Yes.
Yes. So with that being said, we can agree to disagree, right?
Yes, that is. But that's something that's taught.
But that's something that's taught, and they pay for it because they push it. Because this is what these dumb motherfuckers out here listening to. And this is what I try to tell people. If these people are tired of hearing black people being pushed and dumbed the fuck down to the all-time lowest, what you gotta do is boycott these niggas.
Yeah.
Boycott these niggas. Straight up. Who the fuck is Drake? No, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing like that, but who the fuck is Drake? I'm just being honest with you. He's half black, half Jewish, but the man do not claim to be black. He claimed to be Jewish. On the song Hell Yeah, Hell Yeah, he had a bar mitzvah for the music video. No bullshit. No bullshit. So if he's supposed to be somebody who you look up to, or a younger black generation look up to, how can you have somebody like Drake that's singing the song Hell Yeah and claim to be half black, but he don't respect black people. He don't look up to black people. He don't correlate with black people. He sticks to his Jewish side.
Yeah. Let me see.
Congolese, he a Canadian coon. Thank you, Congolese. I appreciate you, sister.
That he is, yes.
Now they pushing black women to date white men. Yes. You damn right.
You see it everywhere. On the commercials, movies, cartoons.
Before, niggas was being lynched and killed just for dating a black woman.
Definitely.
Niggas. That means men and women were being lynched for dating white people. Yep. Now all of a sudden it's cool. What? It's only been by what? By damn near 100 years.
Yeah.
Damn near.
Yeah.
We ain't even hit the 1950s or no, hold up. We ain't even
I would say for the last it's been popularized for the last
40 years. 60? Well, okay, give it even. 60. We got 2 seconds. Come back. We back in the building. We back in the building. Rock. Black power, black power. We back in the building. Congolese, Super Sky, Donnell,
What's
You
that
hear
first
me?
one? Oh,
Sean
Suicide.
J. Yo, what's good? What's good? Black power to my fams. You know what I'm saying, yo? Bree J.
What?
Black power.
What?
You heard
Always?
me?
Yes. I'm loving my
Scott
heart.
D. Black power.
The
Black
hearts make
power,
me feel
fams.
good.
Black
I
power,
like hearts.
fams. We love y'all. We love y'all, man. You in the building. We in the building, man. This is what we do all day, 24/7. We build. We build as black people, man.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the topic at hand.
Go ahead, Queen.
This hip hop
Yeah.
genre, the popularized
Thank you,
interracial
Shanji.
couples. Thank you.
You rock too. Appreciate you. Where y'all from? Oh, we live in Atlanta right now. You know what I mean? Atlanta, GA.
I'm born. I was born here.
But I'm from New York, but I'm Jamaican native. So Jamaican all day. Yeah, you understand what I said?
Yeah.
Bless up, bless up. Respect, respect.
Okay, so to what Congolese said, yes, we did create all forms of the music that you hear today. Yes, that is correct. However, like we know with everything else that has been created by us, it has been taken over and controlled by Jews.
The white boy, the white
So,
Jew.
Therefore, in the context of what you see today, what they want to be shown for our people is for us to degrade each other, to tear each other down.
Yep.
It's a form of manipulation on a whole nother level because, of course, as we know, the frequencies of the music itself, if you're vibing at a certain frequency and the music hits you correctly, it's going to completely engulf itself in your body. It's going to completely engulf you mentally to where it's now your nature to act as such. It's now your nature to think as such because the frequency that you're vibing on and the frequency and the megahertz of that music
Yes,
is
ma'am.
correlating because your frequency level is so low to where your body and your mental capacity automatically it conjoins with that music. And so the words that you're hearing in that music is innate in you now.
So with that being said, most of these people are actually thinking with their lower chakras.
Yeah.
When the music is playing, they thinking with their lower chakras. That's why most cats, when they hear the music, they wanna get fly real fast, spit the whip up real fast. You know what I'm saying? Get them a few hoes. That, excuse my language, but I don't call females that. But they want to get them a few hoes real fast. They want to get that money real fast. They want to do everything real fast. They operating with the lower chakra instead of operating off the higher chakra. You get what I'm saying, yo? That's with hip hop, which is now associated with men in the closet. Yes, they fags. Most of the motherfuckers is fags. That's why they're degrading females. They degrade black females like crazy, back and forth. They do drugs. You know what I'm saying? Dumb down their brains. You right, Queen. They dumb down their brains 24/7. And you know what? I can't be mad at what they do, but at the end of the day, the only thing I can sit there and get pissed off at is what how they're influencing the younger generation. The younger generation don't know any better. Okay? They don't know no better. They still learning from us, and it takes people like us to step up to them and be like, yo, them motherfuckers leading you down the wrong road. They not gangsters. They not thugs. They not even real. You feel what I'm saying? But have you noticed that gay men try to act like black women and gay men want to be black women? Yes, Queen. Yes, Congolese.
Yes.
The gay men are given the hottest topics and given the most black women, cliche, not all black women.
Yeah.
They're giving them a dress code and a certain particular genre to identify with that fleek shit, that fierce shit, and the whole nine. How the fuck you got gay niggas actually dictating to you as a woman? Not you, Congolese, not none of the women in here, but how the fuck do these women out here have gay dudes sitting here dictating to them how to talk, how to act, how to dress? You're a woman. I'm gonna let you take that. I'm gonna let you take that. You're a woman. I can't talk on that.
You said how
You got gay dudes that's in the industry and in out, you know what I'm saying, in the loops, that's dictating all the genres for women, for black women. Like they representing black women and how to talk, how to be a woman. How can you be a woman and take lessons from a man if the man don't share estrogen? The same estrogen that you do. That's just for you. Let you go in and build on that, baby. Build on that. Build on that. Build on it. You're a woman.
The reason why you see that is because there is a complex within the black woman and the black man that has been innate. That complex that is now put in place where you have the gay man leading the straight woman is the essence of the role reversal. It is the essence of what white people have put in place since slavery, where you have the mammy complex of the black woman and you have the demasculation of the black man put in place by the white slave owner of him either raping the man or raping the woman in front of the man, and the man has no power over what has happened. So now what you see in popularized culture is the pedophilia act that has now gone into place of where you have so many black people blinded and clouded within the vision of who they are. You have black women revering gay black men, and you have the concept of this is my friend, this is who I need to look to because this is the new it. Now,
shout out DJ Ahmad.
When it pertains to the gay black man leading the black woman, the only thing I can say to that is it needs to be completely demolished because it is the complete infrastructure of the downfall within the black community. You have so many black women that popularize the gay black man to where the gay black man thinks it's okay, and he completely
overrides the black woman.
Overrides the black woman and refutes his masculinity completely. Why? Because in order to be accepted by a black woman, I gotta be gay. Because the black woman has completely shunned off the black man because of what's been put into her head about the black man. Black man ain't shit, ain't gonna never be shit, ain't gonna do shit for me. I can do everything by my damn self. I don't need no man, because that is a complex that is put within all black women. I know for myself, I have family members that tell me, even though you got a man, you always need to make sure you got this set aside for yourself because you never know. I'm just saying it. Granted, in the context, it's a good plan. I'm not going to say it's a bad plan. However, that's a plan that both he and I need to have together. We should always have that concept of just in case, hey, let me put this aside for us. Not for myself, but for us. So the buildup of what we have within the roles of the man and woman, they have been completely reversed. You have now the woman who is acting as if she is the man, and you have the man acting as if he is the woman.
Thank you.
And that completely,
the demasculization.
It needs to completely be reversed. As soon as black women turn off that shit of I don't need no man, you'll see a whole lot of black men reverting back and taking back their manhood.
Can I add in?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to add in real fast before the queen forget her thought. This is where you see the demasculization or the emasculine
Mhm.
role coming into play, where the black woman is actually taking up the role of the black man, and the black man is taking the role of the black woman. And these niggas wondering why a black woman could sit here and call him bitch. Let me tell you something. If you a king, there should be no reason why a woman call you a bitch.
Never.
I'm not being no male chauvinist motherfucker.
No.
If you are a king, there should be, peace and love. There should be no reason why a black queen will call you a bitch. If you are a black man, get it. You're not a boy, you're a man. A boy can't do what a man do, and a man damn sure ain't gonna do what a boy do. Because you wanna know why? That man evaluated himself and escalated and evolved into a mature adult.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's what it leads down to. Go ahead, Queen.
So now I'm not gonna say that it's all the black woman's fault, because it's not. The
media.
It's the media. However, the concept of what you see within the roles of the black man and the black woman, that was put in place by white people, as who put that down? Super Sykes stated, the form of food stamps and Section 8 housing. That is where the role reversal was popularized in the context of a woman taking on the identity of the male role within the black community. In order for me to get any type of assistance, I don't need to have a man in the household, or I can't have a man in the household. Okay. Now, outside of that, like I stated, the beginning of this was far before public assistance came into place. It was already there. Okay, that came into place during slavery in itself. That's when it was done. Then from slavery, it went to them tainting the food and the milk, the Section 8, public housing, food stamps, food, genetically modified shit, to where you have men eating so much soy-based foods to where they're taking on female characteristics in themselves. So that is where you're getting a lot of that.
African first, peace, love, and black power.
Oh, definitely, definitely. So I cannot, I'm not gonna bash the black men. I'm not gonna do that. However, when it does pertain to the black men, there needs to be a sense of responsibility put on the black men within the black community for themselves, amongst themselves. It should not take a black woman to tell you that you fucking up.
Can I come in?
I mean, yeah, but I just want 1 second.
Okay.
Now, just as I said, it takes the black man to be responsible for their action. It takes the black woman to be responsible for her actions, period. Because even now within our relationship and what we go through, there's times where I get too amped up and I'm exuding too much masculine energy, and I'm needing to tone it down. Why? Because it's innate, or it has become innate within the black woman to be as such. Just like within the black community, within black men, you know, that it comes off as if the black woman is not good enough sometimes. Okay. That's how it comes off. And that's how it's perceived when black women are viewing what black men are doing to black women.
And this is where I come in at as a black man. We got to break the mold. Yeah. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? We got to break the mold. Paul Flavor, you know what I'm saying? The Berger, you know what I'm saying? Peace, love, and black power. Yeah. You in the building. I appreciate you too. We appreciate you. Both of us appreciate you. We got to break the mold. As black people, we got to break the mold. There got to be somebody to stand up for something. If nobody else don't stand up for nothing, right, we got to be able to stand up for something.
Definitely.
That means spread the word, spread the fucking word. All these motherfuckers that don't stand for unity in the black community, they got to go. They have to go. If they don't stand for the black woman and the black man, they got to go. That means a man being a man, not being a fucking coon for no goddamn white person. You know who you are. Be comfortable in your skin, because you want to know why? At the end of the day, no matter where I've been to, and I go and I travel the states regularly. Within 24 hours, I could go through how many states?
And within the span of 24 hours, I would say 5.
And then within a week, how many states could I possibly go through?
20.
I see racist people all day 24/7. These crackers don't give a fuck. But you want to know what? They respect me because they know, I know that they don't like me, and they know that I don't like them. And I'm not going to compromise who I am to please them. Yeah. Yo, the respect given. We need a code. We sit. Yeah. And if these motherfuckers stop doing the damn drug cocaine music, downplaying our sisters as bitches and hoes, tricks and sluts, we good.
Yeah.
We good. They gotta stop doing that shit. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. There's many different ways of making music. If the white boy can do it, why can't we do it? The Punjabi niggas can do it and still make millions of records and sell mad money in the Bollywood industry. More money than damn near more money than the rappers.
Yep.
Why can't we do it? They not saying bitches and hoes in their songs, but they go, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be fucked up. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. They don't say no fucked up shit in their music about their females, but we as a black culture are the only people that's saying fucked up shit about the females in our culture. The women that give birth to us and the women that give birth to our children. But go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I don't mind explaining more into the comment of saying that in the essence, a lot of black women feel as if they're not enough for the black men. The reason why I say that is because the context of what we have now in the culture of black men and what they're looking for in a black woman, some usually prefer the silky hair white girls, some prefer the Latinas, some prefer anything but black. I'm just saying that.
You're right.
Just saying.
You're right.
When a lot of black women look out in social media and they're looking within the music industry, they're looking at the commercials and movies and what's being shown, you don't see a lot of black athletes, actors, so on and so forth, that are actively seeking black women. Like literally, sister, like not that she like 1/10 black, not that. Now, granted, I'm 50-50, so I'm black. I'm not 1/10. I'm not you can trace it down by 1% and say that she black. That ain't what I'm saying.
You a nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't
you a nigga.
But within the culture
in their eyes.
Within the culture of the black community, within the black man, it's being shown that if a black woman does not have silky white girl hair, if she don't have this perfect body, if she doesn't have all these stipulations, that's not good enough for the black man. And then on top of that, you got to look at how we're being shown and being treated in the public eye as black women. We're being dogged out. Like the music, like it goes into what I said about the frequencies and the music within the black, you're Jamaican. Okay, cool.
No, but King, what he was saying, it goes back to what you were talking
about the music and the frequencies and the way it's
Jamaican
embedded.
music. Jamaican music. Have you ever said it here? Jamaican music say bitches and hoes. Mm-hmm. Why? Because we love the women.
Yeah.
Because we know we come from a black woman.
Yeah.
We know we got to mate with a black woman.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
we know where we come from. We know
Yeah.
where our children gonna come from.
Right.
So we're not gonna disrespect our children
Right.
and where our children will come from.
Right.
Because the women are black.
Right.
But why is it in American culture, these Jews or these white people can influence us
Yeah.
to talk down about our females that gave birth to us or about to give birth to our children?
And like I said before, it all predated before the concept of the hip hop industry. The concept,
the precursor.
Yeah, the concept of demolishing the black community and the black unity. The demolishing of that started within the form of slavery. Like I said before, that's where it literally started. It started from the buck breaking. It started from the motherfucking. It started from the slave master fucking the female slaves in front of their husbands. That's where it all started. And so from there, those acts in itself in turn turned us against each other. Why? Because the black man was not able to protect the black woman, and the black woman in turn was not able to protect the black man. So in psychological forms, we're looking at each other in anger.
And we were never supposed to look at each other in anger.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be compatible to each other. This is what the white woman feared, because her white man never looked at her as an equal. But as through history, us as black men looked at the black woman as equal.
Yeah.
Hatshepsut was equal. Okay? Khalifa, Queen Khalifa was equal. There's many other women in history that were in charge of black nations that went down in history. Queen Yashantewa went down in history, leading black people. But only in the white man's history did he look at things, or the white women look at things from a different perspective.
Right.
And the white woman was jealous. So what she did, she formed the feminist tribe.
Yep.
Black women were never supposed to get involved in it. You already had everything sold up to you. She was jealous because what you had. Go ahead.
Now, I see Congolese is commenting on Serena. Now, the Serena issue in itself is the whole dichotomy of the issue within the black community. Why? Because this is a black woman who was built like an Amazon and has black men saying that she looked like a man. So why you think she went to a white man? I'm just saying. If you've ever looked at Sports Illustrated or seen the sports channels, you've seen these motherfuckers, the black ones, commentators and the white commentators, referring to her as a damn man. And
because
as a black
pussy.
man, yes,
because
they
pussy.
However,
Because they pussy. They inferior to somebody that's that damn bountiful, athletic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A woman that is actually on her A game, her apex. They were jealous.
Yeah.
You know, a weak nigga can't approach a woman with confidence.
Right.
Because when a woman has confidence, most weak niggas don't know what to say to a woman with confidence.
Yeah.
They don't know how to woo her with his manhood, with his masculinity, to show her that he's that lion.
Yep.
He's that alpha male. Whatever you want to call yourself, black bear, you know what I'm saying, Bengal tiger, you know what I'm saying, lion of the jungle, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself.
Yeah.
You can't show her that you are that alpha male.
Right.
So what you do, you put that woman down.
Yeah.
Point blank period. But go ahead.
Okay, so in the context of what Congolese is saying, it's not just Serena in the sense of converting over to a white counterpart.
Eve.
Eve did the same thing. Now, granted, these are two women who dated black men and got dogged out by black men. So therefore, I'm gonna say this, and y'all can say I'm a cool for it or not. I'd rather her be with a white man than be fucking gay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Granted, I don't want her to be with a white man, but it's better than her being fucking gay. It's better than her being gay. Would you rather her be fucking gay?
It's the same damn thing to me.
And not really.
To me.
She procreating.
Well,
she still made a black fucking baby.
Well, she made a baby. She was pregnant.
She pregnant. She pregnant now.
For the nigga?
Yes. The baby black.
For real?
Yes.
Listen,
I'm just saying, if she had went gay, no babies.
Hey, I'm just saying, right is wrong. There's no lesser of two evils.
It's not. I mean,
I'm just saying, there's no lesser of two evils. The motherfucker wrong, the motherfucker wrong. There's plenty of brothers that was out there that was willing to take up the food on the plate.
Where? They're not famous. I'm just saying.
They're not famous. You just said it.
I mean, but you gotta look at the context of. But look at that context. I mean, come on now. Come on. Serena from Compton. Come on. She done worked her way all the way from the bottom, all the way to the top. You really think that she finna do like every other black man that's super rich, go down to the bottom and pick up someone? No, she ain't gonna do it. Just like black men don't do it.
Her kids are gonna be black.
See?
Doing the crip walk. Hey,
I'm just saying, at least she having a black baby.
Black power, Africa first.
She having a black baby. That's all I can say.
Hey, the baby gonna be a nigga regardless.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying though. But
it's better than her being gay.
No, but I'm just saying though. I knew why she was doing it, but it was still black brothers. It was brothers out there.
Yeah, she was with Common. She was with some basketball players. She dated football players. You gotta look at her surroundings. She not finna just go to some Joe Schmo who's like a stalker. You think she finna go give her a stalker?
I understand where you're coming from.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm telling you is there's some brothers out there that will appreciate her for being who she is.
Definitely.
You know
there's definitely some.
That's all I'm saying.
There's
some brothers out there that's gonna appreciate her, regardless whether or not the white man wanna appreciate her the way how she's supposed to be. There's gonna be some black brothers out there that ain't never been with a Serena Williams before.
No, I can't say that baby gonna have a white mind because Serena black.
No,
now,
take that
granted,
back.
she has a white person's business context, but when it pertains to someone stating anything to her out of fucking line, she is.
You talking about from her daddy?
Yes, I'm just saying she's quick to put motherfuckers in line and let that shit be known. No, I'm motherfucking black. Don't get that shit twisted. Don't disrespect me. Like that attitude gonna be there.
But you can't say that for the future.
Okay.
Because what Congolese is talking about is money talk, bullshit walk.
Okay.
And what Congolese is trying to tell you is basically, all in a nutshell, that they have everything sewn up for the future.
Right. I know
and
that.
And how
context,
they want her to conduct herself as a black woman having a biracial baby in media.
I get that and I understand that.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. I don't know if I'm gonna be. I don't know. We just gonna have to wait to see, because the way that her and Venus are, and the way that their dad raised them, it's gonna be hard for me to say that that's the way that they're gonna raise their child. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a great infrastructure from their dad on how to raise their, you know what I'm saying, on how a child needs to be raised within the media being black. Like Oba said, her dad ain't gonna be putting up with that shit. So I just, I don't know.
How long is daddy gonna be alive though?
Well, I don't know. I can't say.
Hold on though. Think about this. Hold on. Wait a minute.
You said it out loud.
I'm sorry.
What?
No, but seriously though, how long do we gotta think? What happened to Michael Jackson? How long was Joe Jackson was able to say what he had to say before Michael Jackson went the route that he went?
That's a horrible example because his daddy was an abuser.
No. I'm not saying no. Take away the abuser part, but just to show you how white media tries to take control of black media.
Okay. I mean, I get that. I'm not diverting from that at all.
But they're going to try to assimilate a certain particular ideology upon Serena if the daddy ain't dead. That's the strongest backbone she had.
Yeah.
And you know it and I know
I
it.
know.
Mama wasn't there like on some black, real pro-black shit.
Right.
I mean, damn, they damn near got banned because of the daddy.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for them showing their art and showing what they're good at,
yeah,
USA, the United States, would have disbanded them from out of fucking daggone tennis.
They would have been blackballed. I mean,
they would have got blackballed. Yeah. They damn near got blackballed.
Yeah.
They damn near did. But it took for daddy to come in. I mean, for them to actually show their talent.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that all in a nutshell, what white people are willing to do to feed a culture of people that are indigenous.
Right.
We're talented.
Yeah, of course.
It doesn't matter what we do. We're all talented in many different areas. We're angelic.
Right.
We're angels.
Right.
We're angels upon this earth.
Right.
We all got talents. It doesn't matter. We might find 60 million motherfuckers that got the same talent that we do.
Right.
But we're all talented.
Correct.
But the white man don't like that shit.
Yeah, I mean, but like Conley said, you cannot be pro-black with the cracker. Yes, that is correct. You cannot. There's no such thing as that.
You can't be pro-black with who?
With a cracker.
You're right.
I mean, there's no argument on that at all.
I'm not arguing that.
Like, we there.
Yeah, all the way, queen. All the way, queen.
That's like, no, non-existent. Period. Just like saying, if you gay, you can be pro-black. So.
You can't be gay and pro-black at the same damn time. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
So that's like done.
All the way. What you got?
None. I don't know why I don't. Said we are gods on this earth. You damn right we are.
We are gods on this earth, man.
The original creators. Therefore, the child will have a white mind and doing nothing for the black race.
Well, it's all based on what that child gravitates to, Congolese. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the queen.
That's just like saying, because I'm mixed, I can't be
black
or pro-black for my community because I'm mixed. Granted, my incubator was white.
Yeah.
And my incubator is racist.
Like a motherfucker.
But I am not racist, and I am very pro-black.
Like
and
a motherfucker.
I don't have a white mindset.
No.
By far.
And white people do not accept her.
At all.
At all.
And half of black people do.
You feel what I'm saying, yo? And we just gravitated towards the black people that actually accept black people in many different shades and many different colors.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying, yo? Because we are a people of 150,000 different shades of black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where we are. And we accept all our black people for who they are. Point blank, period.
At the end of the day, the baby gonna be black.
You actually think the child will gravitate to the black side? Well, it's all on Serena. Don't get me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not in Serena's head.
Right. You can't.
So I will not tell you what's in Serena's head, because I would never lie to you and tell you Serena thinks like this. But if Serena basically infrastructure the same pattern that her father did, then it might happen. Now, if the Jewish society actually won over Serena and got Serena, then it's a possibility that the child won't. And who else can we blame other than Serena? She's the parent. That's the only person.
Yeah.
Can nobody taint me? Can nobody taint you or you or you or you or you or you out there? Nobody can taint us because we know who we are. Yeah. But if these people are in Hollywood and they're getting paychecks, they can be tainted.
Yeah. I mean, I understand the concept. I understand what you're saying about stopping the interracial
crap.
I get that. But I mean, that's my point. That's kind of like.
And I'm with you. Congolese, I'm with you.
That's kind of like you being racist towards someone that's mixed and they had no control over it. Like
No.
I mean,
No. That's not what she's saying.
No. I'm not saying that that's what she said. I'm saying that the concept of that is kind of what it is. Like it shuns people off.
No, and I understand where you're coming from, but I understand where she's coming from. It's basically saying, let's stop it while it's at its prime.
Right.
Congolese is saying basically, let's stop this shit while it's at its prime, and let's go ahead and nip this shit in the butt right now.
You got too much media influence for that right now.
And we gotta dominate the media influence. That's the thing.
It's out there. I mean, it's in children's cartoons, it's in children's movies, it's all on commercials, ad prints, where it's magazines, newspapers, posters, billboards, movies, television shows. It's everywhere. And because we don't own the media, it's all over social media, it's all in sports, it's all in music, and because we don't own it,
billboards,
we cannot control it.
Oba said it, billboards. You're right. Go ahead, keep talking.
In order, I mean, it's not going to happen right now. It's just not. Now, I don't think it's not going to happen for a couple of generations, because there isn't a structure for Black people in place for us to control what our people see. There is no control for that. That's why they did what they did to Bill Cosby, because he was trying to buy a media outlet. Exactly. That's exactly why. When you marry someone, half your net income goes to that person. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I can't not. This is coming from. I was previously married, so not necessarily. Can you take on someone's debt with the marriage? Yes.
Yes.
But the income, pertaining on how much that income is, no, that's not the case. Now, in most cases, when it's something like a celebrity, there are ironclad prenups that are put in place to where that say, my income before coming into this marriage is my income. Your income before coming into this marriage is your income.
She said, I'm talking about this is pertaining to a
generational wealth. Now, for that, when it pertains to the child,
it depends on the parents.
It depends on the parents.
The parents.
Because not all children grow up that are rich grow up and inherit money.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen that way. Do they get a trust fund? Yeah, usually they'll get a trust fund, but they have to be, I think it's like 25 before they get that trust fund, and there's stipulations on them getting that trust fund
going to
as well. So
yeah.
it's all litigation.
So when the status will go to the white man. Look at the Jackson family. Well, Jackson family, I ain't gonna lie to you, that's a fucking lost cause. There's no reason for us to talk about a Jackson family, because they a lost cause. That's
they all fucked up in
they white from California, am I right? Now they are. They white from California.
Yeah.
Thanks to fucking damn Michael Jackson.
I mean, hey, you know, I can't.
Michael Jackson fucked that all up.
And it's not just Michael, because Tito married to a white woman, Jermaine married to a white woman.
Stop.
They all got mixed kids. All of them got mixed kids.
Get the fuck out of here.
We don't watch the show,
but
all of them got that white
silky shit. That's why the niece look like that. Okay. And then I'm mad at Louis Farrakhan. Hey, try not to
offend nobody.
I'm not offending nobody, but I'm mad at Louis Farrakhan because he got fucking white in his blood too. You know what I'm saying? But fucking with a damn white woman and actually having kids. Peace and love go out to Louis Farrakhan, but right is right, wrong is wrong. Elijah Muhammad never taught about that shit. I'm just being real. You went against all Elijah Muhammad's fucking codes. That's my point for Serena. And you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right, Queen. You're Queen. You are right. You are right.
Not at all.
So You know what I'm saying, yo? I can't. The only thing I can say is we don't got control over these niggas and what these niggas do, but we can educate anybody else that's out there that's willing to know the information. You tired of the bullshit? All they gotta do is come fuck with us. Come fuck with us. We got this shit. The more people we awaken, is the more people that can like straight up boycott the bullshit.
And the more that our information gets out there, the more that the teachings get out there. I don't really like to say teachings, but the more the information gets out there, the more people get informed, the more people get their brains to twerking and to thinking like, okay, is this really the life I want to live for my family? Is this really the life I want to live for my children? So the more that we have more pro-Black people out there informing others, the more we will unify ourselves, the more we will self-identify within each other.
And
that's the best way I can put it.
And kick this motherfucking cracker to the fucking curb, because hear what I'm saying. He don't mean us no good. She don't mean us no good. I'm just being honest with it.
Yes.
What the queen said.
She said, but my question is, Queen, have you noticed that there's a lot of Black women embrace this, that when it's a Black man impregnating a white woman, they pissed? Yes, as I have noticed this. I personally don't like to see it, just like I don't like to see a Black woman with a white man.
Can I say something?
Now, you can speak on your behalf of the Black man seeing a Black woman with a white man. I mean, my baby said it best when he said the Black man is just doing to the white man what the white man been doing to us. Just fucking them.
But it's not, it's wrong, but it's not wrong. But hear what I'm saying to you at the end of the day. The sisters got most, not you, not none of the sisters that's in here. Not none of the sisters that's in here. But most sisters got to realize they got their standards set a high. And if they was a man, they wouldn't be able to fuck themselves. Excuse my language. Yeah. Most of the sisters got their standards set yay high. And if they were a man, they would not be able to fuck themselves. It's not to say, okay, take on anything, any man, lower your standards and take anything. No, I'm not saying that.
No.
What I'm saying to you is give a brother a chance.
And get someone on your level.
Thank you. So I'm not saying be less than who you are. I'm saying give a brother a chance. Because if you was a brother that's living in your hood that don't have the criteria it takes to keep you, you might want to lower your standards.
Oh, you ready for this one? If you're a fast food personality mindset, you might want a fast food personality and mindset. If you're a customer service worker, you might want somebody on customer service level. Now, if you are a business exec CEO, you might want somebody on your level. That's all it is. You can't be fast food criteria and you want somebody on the CEO executive level. That ain't finna happen, because you can't even keep up a conversation with the nigga. You just can't do that. That is a major issue within a lot of Black women. Like you said, our stipulations are extremely high to the point to where half the time we can't even achieve them, but yet we want a man to jump that high. So it's a
dichotomy.
Yeah.
It's a plethora. It's a dichotomy. Mm-hmm. Bullshit. And we find ourselves in a conundrum. Yeah. The white dude, they want us to see us like this. Mm-hmm. They want us to see us at a disadvantage. They want to see us being misfits and not understanding each other because they couldn't understand their women.
Yeah.
But we can.
Yeah.
We can understand our women. The only thing we got to do is tune in to our women.
Yeah.
That's all we got to do. tune into the women. We know what the woman want. We know that the black woman wants a man to stand up, make that bread, but not be a sucker free. We know that. All we got to do is be us, be what Mother Nature intended us to be.
Yeah.
What's that?
Now, Super Psych said, he said, my sister is dating a white man and she's dating a white man, and her response was all black men cheat. All men have cheated. That is such a stupid excuse that a lot of women use. Like, seriously, just because you got with a white man don't mean that motherfucker is not going to cheat on you, because trust and believe, if a Becky came his way and Becky got that super head, guess what? He's going to cheat.
And so, Becky always got that super head. Becky always got that super head.
It don't matter if he's a white person. It don't matter if he's
Hispanic,
black,
Chinese,
Russian, Korean. It don't matter. If a man is not mature enough to be in a monogamous relationship, guess what? He gonna cheat. That's the same thing as you saying, I don't like, that's the same thing as a black man saying, I don't like to date black women because black women are hoes. Well, if you're looking for a hoe, that's what you're gonna find, a hoe. And not every black woman is a hoe. It's just the women that you're looking at are hoes. That's all that is.
The women you're seeking.
If you a hoe, you attract a hoe.
Thank you. And if you ain't shit, you attracting shit. You attracting shit. So if you fuck around with motherfuckers, when you hear black women say, certain black women that say niggas ain't shit, because they ain't shit.
Yeah.
And if they attract niggas that is about something, guess what? They ain't got nothing to worry about, because them black men are on their level. What's the other stuff that we talking about?
You know,
it's
all good towards them until they drop in. Where you, hey, listen.
Hey,
I don't suggest any black man or black woman to be in an interracial relationship. Period. Even though I am an offspring of an interracial relationship, guess what? My dad has never been with a white woman ever since. Just saying.
And what's the next one?
It says,
don't feel shocked about the shit knowing the history of them motherfuckers. Okay,
try not to use the MF word. The reason why he is saying try not to use the word MF is because the word MF stems from slave owners forcing young boys
to fuck their mothers,
being blindfolded.
Yeah.
That's why.
And it goes far back. But we all on the same level. All of us are on the same level. So we
mean, but if he's using it in the context of referring to a white person as a motherfucker, I mean, granted, they do shit like that. So
yeah, they are motherfuckers. The white person is a motherfucker.
They practice incest all the time.
We're not talking about each other.
Not you.
Yeah. So as long as it's deferred to that motherfucker, I'm cool with it. I'm with Alba. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Oba. You know what I'm saying? Oba got some good shit.
Oh, okay.
He my day one nigga. Oba my day one nigga. He don't mean nothing. Yo, he my mans. He don't mean nothing bad.
Yeah, not at all.
Oba always got some good stuff to say.
Definitely.
And just like all of y'all are my fans right now, you know what I'm saying, yo? You got something good to say. Congolese, you the fams. And we got some new peoples in the building. And we hope you stay tuned. But Queen, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take this.
Okay, so we're gonna peace out for tonight. I do know that we'll probably come back later on this week, right?
Yeah, we're gonna come back tomorrow.
Oh, come back tomorrow. See, look, we're coming back tomorrow. Okay. This week is gonna be a multi-video week, so please stay tuned, stay energized, and if you have any questions, please DM me and or jot down your questions so that when we do the live feed, you can post that question and we can answer them, because like you saw tonight, as soon as you ask us something, if you need us to look it up, granted, we will look it up and divulge into it. So on that note, peace, love, Black power. Thank you for coming out for this nice 2-hour session. And then earlier this evening, we thank you for those that did come out. Again, we will be back tomorrow with some more. please, if you have questions, DM me and or jot them down for our live feed tomorrow. Hearts! I love hearts! So, again, thank you for everyone that came out. Tonight has been a great build. Completely great. Love the interaction from you guys. Keep it up. Much love.
Much love. Hold it down. Black power. Y'all my fans.